Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1975 Olivetti Lettera 32 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Spain. So these were made in Spain and Italy, and the difference between the two are the color. So this has a greenish color and the Italy one has a more bluish color. Other than that, it's pretty much exactly the same typewriter. Up top of the margins, this is the left margin. I'm going to set this on 0 and the right one on 75. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. This is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. Hit this line space, gets it back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip this switch down. It skips 2. One more, it skips 3. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that all the way down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Absolutely amazing typewriter. One of the best of all time. Often lands in the top slot of the best of all time. Print looks really good. The W, I just didn't hit that hard enough, so it's a little faded. So we can test that. Yep. If you don't, it's very touchy, so if you don't hit it hard enough or too hard, you just got to get used to this machine. It's actually one of the most modern style typewriters I've ever seen. It feels like this thing was made in 2025, but it was made in 1975. Just the technology of this typewriter is amazing. The version before this, the Lettera 22, won an award for the best technology of the last 100 years. And then this is the upgrade from that. So absolutely amazing typewriter in near mint condition, this one. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to flip this down for now. Got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the right side. The tab button is below that. So right now we have tabs set at 10 space intervals. So I'm going to go through and just clear each one of those by hitting the tab button and then pushing this lever on the left side here. It's got an S and a C. S for set and C for clear. So up for set and down for clear. So I'm just going to go to each one of those and barely have to touch it to get that to activate. So now we don't have any, but I like to keep one set always in the middle on all my typewriters. So that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear in your typewriter. And I just barely had to push that up to set that tab. So it's very easy to set and clear. And I'm just going to keep that one right there. And this button next to it, this blank button that a lot of people might think is a 1, is the margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that margin release button. It does allow you to go all the way to the end. And I'm going to put the color back up to black. So most typewriters don't have a 1 key. They use the lowercase l for 1. And for the exclamation point, it's Shift 8, which is the apostrophe, and then backspace, period. That's how you do the 1 and exclamation point. The hood pops off from the front here like that. It hooks into the back. This is all metal. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on the left, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. If you want to switch that direction, behind either spool, you just flip. So the side you want it to go to, you just flip it. And then will automatically reverse on its own when it gets to the end of the ribbon. If you have eyelets at the end, which are the little metal circles, the little ring, it will snatch, if it's threaded correctly, it'll snatch the ribbon reverse and pull it to the side that it needs to go back to. It definitely will swap back and forth. And these have special unique spools that have these thumb screws on them that most typewriters don't use. but you can most of the time use the universal spools in there, and just as long as you have these two thumb screws to fasten them down. This is your touch control. Sometimes they'll have it on the side here, but this one on this model, the newer model, will have it right here. So if you lift it, you get three options. If you lift it up, it increases the tension when you hit the keys. If you push it down, it decreases the tension. You just want to play with that. That's very important when it comes to the Lettera 2032 because it's very touchy. So I do like more tension when I'm typing on this because you can accidentally get typos all the time because it's so touchy. This is as close as you're going to get when it comes to typing on like a computer keyboard with a manual typewriter. It's absolutely amazing. So like if they still made these today, you would think that this is a brand new typewriter from 2025. Just the technology is amazing, but they don't make them anymore. So you got to get these vintage ones. This is your carriage release, got one on each side, and this is your carriage lock. When you flip it down, it will lock the carriage in the middle, so when you have it in the case, it doesn't bang around in there, causing possible damage to your escapement. And just lift it up to unlock that. Sometimes you accidentally trigger that and it will get locked. Actually happens to me all the time. Uh, Carriage release on the left, very smooth. This whole thing is smooth, touchy, and light. And then people will compare this to and this is an ultra portable, by the way, and it's still compared to the best of all time, which is the Olympia SM9 and the Hermes 3000. Those are more heavier touch, bigger typewriters, mid-size. This is a ultra portable. So this is the best ultra portable hands down. But when it comes to the rest of the typewriters, this would be in the top 5 for sure. If you push this lever all the way back to the 0, it disables the spacing, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it forward, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space, and the same concept if you push the button in there on the end, it disables the spacing when you turn the knob. You let it go, you get the clicks. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques. And this will swivel back so it tucks in, so when you have it in the case, it protects that because this is cast aluminum that will break, it won't bend.